there is another clause in the clause stated in the third type of clause. I sent you a message. The speaker states the clause to focus on the entire course that the speaker conveys the action indicated by the transitive verb send to the indirect object, you, passed through the direct object, a message. The premise for the speaker to actualize the action indicated by the transitive verb send and conveys the action indicated by the transitive verb send to the ultimate destination, that is the indirect object you, is the existence of the direct object, a message. The switched arrangement from the third type of clause, I send a message to you, conceals the relationship between the indirect object and the direct object mediated by the transitive verb to. The speaker actualizes the action indicated by the transitive verb send and conveys the action to the direct object. The direct object, to receive the definition of the transitive verb send, at first proposes the assumed existence of the indirect object you. The assumed existence of the indirect object is stated as the object of the preposition to in the third type of clause. Then it gets obvious that the definition of the transitive verb send implies the hidden relationship between the indirect object and the direct object. This explanation also can be understood with the fact that the definition of the transitive verb send implies the relationship between the direct object and the indirect. The implied definition conveyed with the transitive verb send is that the indirect objects are assumed to exist later than the speaker actualizes the action indicated by the transitive verb send. The assumed existence of the indirect object you, that the direct object a message orient, is actualized to exist after the indirect object get the definition of the transitive verb send. So the definition of the transitive verb send intends the conveyance of the definition that the transitive verb send delivers is consistent with the order of time. There is the third clause that is already stated in the third type of clause. I ask you a favor. The speaker states the clause to focus on the entire course, that the speaker as the subject conveys the condition indicated by the transitive verb ask from the speaker to the indirect object you, passed through the direct object a favor. The action indicated by the transitive verb ask is delivered to the direct object a favor at first, directly, and then the indirect object that are the listeners, are conveyed, the direct object of favor. So we can understand that the indirect objects that are the ultimate destination of conveyance is intended to pass through the direct object of favor.